Today, let's have a look at dangling modifiers. We will first introduce what dangling modifier means. Then, we will have some examples to show how to correct them. Finally, we will check our comprehension and review the content above. Okay, what's the definition of dangling modifier? We know a modifier can describe, clarify, or give details about a concept. It means the modifier have no clearly stated word to modify when a dangling modifier occurs. In English sentences, the doer must be the subject of the main clause that follows. In this sentence, it is Jill. She seems logically to be the one doing the action, having finished. And this sentence therefore does not have a dangling modifier. Having finished is the participle expressing an action, but the doer is not a TV set. TV sets don't finish assignments. Since the doer of the action expressed in the participle has not been clearly stated, the participle phrase is said to be a dangling modifier. Here we have a participle reading, and the doer must not be an article. So how can we fix it? We can put the doer, which can be anyone based on the context. Here, for example, we put I as the doer, making I the subject of the main clause. We have a similar example here. The participle relieved should be used on a person. So as the previous one, we add you as the subject of the main clause. Okay, let's look at some characteristics of dangling modifiers. Most dangling modifiers occur at the beginning of sentences as introductory clauses or phrases. Some of them can appear at the end of the sentence. You can usually find a gerund or infinitive phrase near them. Here are two examples of dangling modifier that occur with a gerund or infinitive phrase and their revisions. Related to dangling modifiers, squinting modifiers occur when the word modifies is not clear, or could be more than one word. These problems can usually be solved by rearranging the elements already present in the sentence. For example, running fast burns calories. We're not sure whether fast is modifying running or burns calories. So we change the sentence into running burns calories fast. Now, we know fast is describing how running burns calories. Okay, let's look at some example and how to revise dangling modifiers. Let's look at some strategies for revision. First, we name the appropriate or logical doer of the action as the subject of the main clause. For example, we name the captain as who arrived late here. Second, try to change the phrase that dangles into a complete introductory clause. How to do so? We can name the doer to complete the sentence. Finally, combine the dangling phrase and the main clause into one. Now, let's have a practice. Remember the first revision strategy? Let's use it to correct this sentence. We give a doer as the subject of the main clause. Here, we need a subject that can really walk. So, we change it into after walking for hours, we thought the car looked wonderful. Remember the second revision strategy? Let's use it to correct this sentence. We name a doer in the dangling phrase and make it an introductory clause. That is, we need a subject to budget his money, and that's he himself. So we change it into because he budgeted his money carefully, his debts were finally paid. Now, the last strategy. We combine the dangling phrase and the main clause. so we add a subject, you, to give lose weight a doer. Now we have a sentence, you should avoid fatty foods to lose weight. Now, shall we move on to the quiz? Let's go. Yes, a dangling modifier is a word or phrase that modifies a word that is not clearly stated. Now, please find the sentence with a dangling modifier here. Yes, the answer is A. Okay, let's review what we've learned in this lesson. A dangling modifier is a word or phrase modifying a word not clearly stated. How can we fix the problem? We can give the main clause a subject first. That is, we name a doer for the action. Or we can make the dangling phrase and complete introductory clause. Finally, we can try to combine the phrase and main clause into one sentence. Good job! That's the end of lesson for today. Thanks for joining us. This online course is funded by the Ministry of Education.